Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is day 11, Divine Sanskar and Divine World, 1 Shrimad. And now let's listen to Mohini Didi.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
एक माता पिता की हम संतान हैं।
We are the children of one mother and father.
आपस में भाई बहन हैं।
So we are brothers and sisters, and everyone has its own
परंतु
part.
सबके पास लक्ष्य
But
एक ही है
everyone has one aim,
कि हमारे संस्कार
that
यहाँ
our
से ही दैवी बने।
sanskar become divine from here itself,
क्योंकि
because
जैसे संस्कार होते
whatever the sanskars are,
और
so
बाबा
is the
ने हम
world.
सब बच्चों को
And Baba
अपने साथ निमित्त बनाया है
has made us all of us as
कि सभी
instruments
संस्कार की
with
रचना
Him.
करने के लिए
He has made us instruments in creating the divine world.
धारणाएं
So, our
ऐसी हो
personal
जो
dharana or
दैवी
inculcation
संस्कार
should be
बने।
such that divine
आप
sanskars are
सभी जरूर
formed. All of
इस बात
you,
पर अटेंशन
or
देते होंगे
definitely, you
दिन
pay
का ध्यान
attention
करता
throughout the
होगा
day,
क्योंकि 5 स्वरूप बाबा
because
बोलते हैं
when Baba does the drill of 5 forms, so first Baba says the incorporeal form and then the original form. So, original form is the divine form. So, the eternal form, when we stay in the eternal form, and then the divine form keeps on becoming once we are in the eternal form, because there are so many different types of sanskars from past keep emerging. Some happens if we see something from the sense organ, so some sort of sanskar emerges, and so when the sanskar emerges, so the attitude and the vision becomes like that. So at that time, practice the eternal form of your practice your eternal form, and you will see that again your original form will keep on emerging. So this play keeps on going throughout the day, whether you call it a game or you call it drama, but definitely we should have the practice throughout the day. And then that is if we want to experience throughout the day the divine sanskars and divine nature and divine feelings, everything should be divine. And what is the basis of all this divinity is that the remembrance of one mother and father and the blessings of that parent. And then the mother and father, that is called Shri Shri, also the Shrimat, the elevated directions. Baba's knowledge, Baba's Murli, Baba's Shrimad, Baba's elevated directions. So, what thing do we have to have faith on? What do we need to churn on what should our intellect think or churn, and how should be our relationship, and how should we use the body, the time, the wealth? For everything, Baba has given Shrimad. And the first Shrimad that Baba gives is Bache, my children, Man Mana Bhav. Throughout the day, so many times throughout the day, have your mind in Baba. Or Baba says, have the yoga or the connection of the intellect with me. So when the connection of the intellect is with Baba, so whatever the decisions are there, that would be right. But if the intellect is somewhere else, anywhere else, anywhere, anywhere, if the intellect was sometimes in a situation, I always say that four things, the intellect runs in four things. First, in the body, and then in the relations of the body, and third, the intellect goes in any elements or any things like either wealth or assets, or and the fourth is any situation. So the body's relations, anything and situation. So we have to pay attention that the intellect should only go towards one Baba. And then Baba says that Baba is also pleased. So the suffering of the body, we have to convert it into karma yoga, and then Baba becomes pleased, and then Baba will make us instrument and will use this body for service. So why should we use our intellect in this body? What will happen, or what this shouldn't happen? So I always have Mama in front of me and Dadi Prakashmani So Mama, we knew from Mama that that her body will not be there for a long time. Still, we asked Mama, "What kind of thoughts do you have?" So Mama said that, "What should I think? Drama is already fixed. It's predestined." So, and in the same way, Dadi Prakashmani, when we used to ask her, so she had such a firm faith in drama that she did not think much about her body. And whatever we, if we have wealth, if we have assets, anything that we have, until we don't become 100% surrendered, we don't become 100% trusty. So it doesn't mean to be surrendered that Baba doesn't say that bring everything over here. No, but be a trustee. Use wealth on the basis of Srimad, uh, so that whosoever benefits from that, so your actions become elevated. So there are so many accounts are there because lot of things go into accounts. Our thoughts also go for accounts, our intellect also runs there, and so many times our wealth also goes there. And I always think that my not even a single penny should not go for any accounts, and that should also be used in a worthwhile way. But if you are trustee, so never anything, nothing will go waste. Everything will be used in a worthwhile way, and so is the time as well. When we are not doing service, so we should serve through the mind because so many need it these days, that we help them through serving service through the mind. So if there's any situation in any, so if we use our intellect in that situation, then we don't get any attainment, and we have to pay a lot of attention that we don't follow the dictates of others or our own mind, because these days there are a lot of people that give opinion or decisions. If you want to make any decision, people will come, oh, do this, do that. um, but always remember that I have to do whatever Srimat is, whatever the elevated directions of Baba is, because through that you will not make new accounts, and you will make an elevated fortune, and and you will make elevated actions, and not just for one birth, but for birth after birth, we will have elevated fortune. So the use of wealth, use of time, don't use that on the basis of dictates of others. We have seen it so far. The ones who do it on the dictates of others, they are deceived. Their wealth goes, they lose their wealth. There are so many examples these days. So what does Srimad say? So, to become a trustee for wealth, so at the right time, you will get the right direction in your intellect. If you are a trustee, so time, whether it is time or it is wealth. So in our mind also, if we are selfless, we have just belonged to the one father, and he's our mother and father, he's our teacher, he's our Satguru. So then we will only follow his Srimad, right? So how he says, sweet children, he gives us the sustenance, and in the form of teacher with so much love every single morning. My sweet, sweet children, you have to become sweet. How many times Baba says that? Become sweet. So with the through Srimad, the parent, he as a parent, he sustains us, and then in the form of Satguru on this spiritual journey, he takes us to our destination. He gives us our company, and we have Baba's hand with us. So the dictates of mind and dictate and Srimad, there are so many. Like you get entangled, we get entangled in the dictates of our own minds. But if we use our body, mind, wealth, relations on the basis of Srimad. So then whatever we do, definitely through that we will have divine sanskars, will form divine sanskars, because Baba has only come to make us into deities from human beings. So whatever directions Baba gives, that is to, so that we become deities from that. So that is why to imbibe divine virtues, we are the children of one mother and parent, and we follow one Shriman. So Murli also, then read Murli also based on that. What is today's Shrimad? Because in Shrimad there are a lot of practices, and those practices we have to do because uh,
शक्ति चाहिए
The Shrimat
सब
needs
लेने के
power
लिए
for sustenance. It's not just decision, we
तो
need
वो सब
power
करते
also.
हैं
So we get that power from that
तो
practice.
वैसे
Like
नहीं
Baba
हम
says, become soul conscious. Like
तो
Baba
यही
says.
अपनी वाणी
So
होके अगर
if we become soul
श्रीमत
conscious and
अपनाएंगे
then
बुद्धि के
if
आधार पे
we
तो
through our
कर
intellect
पाएंगे
absorb the Shrimat, so then only we'll be
नहीं तो
able to do it.
सोचेंगे कुछ और
Otherwise
हो
we'll think
जाएगा
something else and we'll be doing something else.
कई बार इतना
So many times
उस
there is so
तरह
much
खो
of
जाते हैं
uh,
कि कोई ना कोई हमारी बुद्धि को
influence for one side that some or the other will pull our intellect. So then the the intellect will have such thoughts that will be from the dictates of others or the dictates of our own mind. So we have to follow Srimad, and that is the elevated directions of one, and immerse
हैं
those
फिर
divine sanskars and imbibe
कभी
those divine
प्रयोग करें
sanskars and create them now.
तो हम व्यवहारिक रूप
So
से
then in
सच्चे
our
में
behavior in
विश्वास
practical form,
करेंगे
so it's just not a
तो
faith,
हम
but that
नहीं
of the new
करेंगे
world or the divine world, but in reality we want it. Who wants it, they will definitely do it. It's not just they won't just keep a thought, they will definitely bring it into
बाबा
practical.
जी से बहुत
So
बहुत धन्यवाद
Baba then gives a lot of help. Baba gives a lot of cooperation. They will keep on getting Baba's cooperation and help. Om Shanti. The ones who follow Srimad, they're always light and they're always happy to assess.